Shalom, I can't hear you, brother. I can't hear you. There you go. No, I can't hear you. Shalom, brother Phineas.
Shalom, Mount Shalom. I got audio?
Can you can you
Nah, I
hear
can't hear
Eliezer?
Alexander. No, I can't hear. Shalom.
He been
Hold on.
going at it too.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Let me give you something to drink real fast. Yeah, we ain't got no audio on you, bro.
No audio. Nothing yet. Wait, turn it up. Turn your volume up. I hear an echo, but it's my echo. There you go. I see. Yeah, you're not muted. I don't know.
Did he get the audio right?
Negative.
Can you hear me, brother?
We got you now.
I got you now.
Hey, I don't get no. I'm not getting no. I'm not getting no mic, no volume. Hold on for 1 second. I'm not getting no.
Say something, Mark.
Shalom.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm looking at him, but I don't know if he can hear me.
Oh,
I got you. I'm in the building. I am in the building.
Now you can turn it back down a little bit because you're too loud.
How about that? That's better.
That's better, man. Shalom, man.
Hey, shalom, Akim. How y'all doing, brothers?
Oh man, it's a beautiful day, man. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, kind of all praises, man. All praises. Let me make sure. Let me see if the did y'all get a text?
Con.
Okay, kind.
Come notified. Everything went through.
Okay, kind. So first of all, we give all praise and glory and honor to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. This is your boy, Brother Eliezer, and Brother DR. and Brother Phineas for the Prince of the Power, man. And we are here to bring out another lesson. And it's why it's important that we got to keep bamming this nail into the concrete, man. That's why it's important to keep God's laws. We continue to see, you know, mayhem all over the place. We continue to see death and destruction all over the place. But we still want to walk around here and say, well, God's laws are done away with. So we're going to get into that, man. I'm gonna pause for a brief introduction, and we're going to go and get this party started. Hey, shalom, brothers. How y'all doing today, brothers?
It's a beautiful day, huh?
Beautiful day, man. It was a hot day, brother.
Come, that make it even more beautiful. I like the hot. I like the hot. I don't like that cold.
Yeah, man. Hey, being from Chicago, I understand why, brother.
Yes, sir. That's why I'm here.
From Chi-Town. I understand why. Brother Phineas, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm making it out. Can't complain. Won't complain.
Okay.
No complaints.
Grateful, you know.
And all praises to the Most High God. As y'all see for the title, man, is why the importance of keeping God's laws. We keep harking on this because we see things happening, and we always have these kind of like visuals, right? As soon as something happens, we want to go out and we want to put balloons up. You know, we want to X marks the spot. We want to put crosses up, you know, teddy bears, right? We want to do all these things, right? And then we say, well, we need to stop the gun violence. We need to deal with the gun makers, man, the gun manufacturers. Let's take it to Capitol Hill. Let's deal with the gun manufacturers, man. But before the Roman army, they conquered nations with spears, man. With freaking spears. There wasn't no guns back then, man. People gonna find ways to kill, whether it's with magazines of 100 rounds, or whether it's a two single shooter, or whether it's a knife, or whether it's like in jail, man. The shank is your gun in jail, man. You ain't got no gun. Right? So what is the real solution, man? What is the real solution of the problem, right? Our people won't change, W-A-N-T, but won't change, W-O-N-T. So we won't change, we want to mock, we want to hoorah, but we don't want to do nothing that God say do to get that relief, man. So what y'all brothers think, man? We're going to go into it, man. If y'all brothers have a brief introduction, man.
Well, yeah, we gotta keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is a lot of our issues and problems that's plaguing our communities, and not just our communities, all communities. Because we supposed to be living lights. We supposed to be, the light should be shining more brightly. It should be eliminating the darkness. But we're in a society where darkness is ruling. Darkness is being financed. Darkness is being appraised. And so yeah, man, we gotta come back to righteousness. We gotta come back to the light, man. We gotta walk in light and exhibit light, not hiding that thing, but being openly, rebuking, reproving, giving correction, and showing individuals, showing people in our lives what it means and what it looks like to walk with God, to walk, rightly aligned with the word.
Yeah, kind. And that's what Israel's sole purpose was. What is it? Hold on. Shalom, brother. Shalom, shalom. So that was
Shalom,
Israel's
shalom.
sole
How y'all
purpose,
doing?
man. Hey, shalom, brother. How you doing, man? How y'all doing? Brother
We doing
Isaiah
pretty
and
good.
brother
Doing
Dixon,
pretty
man.
Shalom,
good.
brother.
Okay.
Shalom.
All praise to the Most High God, man. All praises. So we're gonna get into a couple of First, I'm gonna start off with a famous pastor, man, and because these are the ones that's leading our sheep. I mean, leading God's sheep, right? They leading God's sheep with the ethics. And so when you start to see that our young brothers, instead of getting killed, man, we just had a brother named Jay the Younger, right? He just got killed, man, 24 years old. No, a rapper just got killed, and we started to see this cycle continue to keep repeating itself, man. Right? We see this cycle keep repeating itself. So we gotta ask ourselves. So what is the solution, man? They said, well, we need our own businesses. Well, if that's the solution, oh, shalak yellow. All right, I'm gonna delete this other one, brother. Okay, yeah, okay. So that's the solution, man. We need Black Wall Street, right? Is money our answer to get up out of? Is that gonna stop us from killing one another? Is that gonna stop us from trying to sleep with our neighbor's wife? Is that gonna stop us from having organ trafficking among our young sisters? Right? Is that gonna stop it? If it's money, that's what they going to get that bag now, man. And you see the situation in our community getting worse, man. So give me that Proverbs 7 and 7. I'm gonna go into this video. Proverbs 7 and verse 7.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and 7. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Con.
And beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And
Shalakia.
behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is
Shalakia.
she,
Shalakia. I've been Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. My bad.
it's the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right. So you might hear me with a little as anxiety in my voice because oppression is making me mad, man. When you start to see all this stuff happening and these fake people is talking about God's laws are done away with. So I'm gonna put a first skip, man. Any of y'all brothers got anything to say before I go into Brother Dixon, Brother Isaiah?
No,
Shalakia,
come. You can bring up Matthew 5:7.
Okay, would y'all pull that for the brother?
he said Matthew 5 and 7.
I'm there.
5:17.
5 and 17 through 19.
It's Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's what you wanted out?
Come. So that's telling us right then, right? So they were telling us right then. I mean, that's self-planetary saying that we need to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and that's all I want.
Tom. But I can't hear you no more. Eliezer.
Yeah, I was saying that's
No. I'm talking about.
No, we heard you, brother Dixon. Excellent precept. We couldn't hear brother Eliezer.
My bad. I had unmuted myself, man. But and Creflo say that Moses' commandments and the Most High and Yahweh commandments was different, right? They was different commandments, right? So we got to understand that. Let me get that in John 5:30 real quick.
It's the book of John, chapter 5, and verse 30. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father which has sent me.
Right. So Christ said that I can do nothing of my own will. As I hear, I judge. Right. And my judge is what? Righteous, because they come from me, but him who sent me, which was the Father, man. So yeah, we're gonna get into some of the things that Creflo Dollar says. Old video, but it's gonna be real pointed to what's going on today, man. With the murders, with the abductions of our young children, man. And so we need to address this because it's a serious problem. So everybody want to cry after the fact. They want to send roses after the fact. But we need to be proactive, man. We need to be trying to do something before this stuff keep happening to us. For this calamity keep happening to us, man. All right. So let me get into the first. Let me share my screen real quick. Get into the first video, man.
Any relationship with the law, which is over 600 of them, and also not even the Big Ten. Not even the Big Ten. Ooh, I know that's just freaking your tradition. Not even the Big Ten. Jesus died to free me.
I can't even see it.
Shalom, Israel. Once again, Creflo Dollar's back at it. Nonsense. Now
I see it. I hear it. I see it.
Y'all heard it? So that's an old video, but I want to because that's still. Anyone y'all can see it?
We can see it, but I can't hear it.
Can't see it.
Is it playing?
No, I paused it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me go back.
It's dark on my screen.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go back.
How the law stirs up sin. We looked at that. So if we Christians hope for victory over sin, we shouldn't have any relationship with
y'all
the
see
law,
it now?
not even the Ten Commandments.
Still can't see. No, I can't see it.
I don't know what's going on. Can you see it, brother?
It's showing. Yeah, it's showing. It's showing and playing. It might be a connection issue.
600 of them, and
it ain't showing
not even the Big Ten. Not even the Big Ten. Ooh, I know that's just freaking your tradition. Not even the Big Ten. Because Jesus died to free me from the Big Ten.
So he said that Jesus died to free him from the Big Ten, right? So we gonna go into this a little bit and show you how this type of doctrine have destroyed us as a people, right? So let's get the Big Ten real quick. Let's get down to Exodus real quick. Let's get Exodus 20. Start at verse 2, man. Let's work our way down to the last commandment. And we're going to show you how the importance of keeping God's laws, right? The importance of keeping God's laws. So let's get that. Exodus 20, start at verse 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I got it out. This is Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generations of them.
Go ahead.
Keep going?
No, yeah, I want you to keep going, but I want another brother to show you that law is not going away with, right? When he read 20 and he said verse 4, he said, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down themselves to them, nor serve them, for I the Lord," right? No, Shlaki. For I am the Lord, right? So let's get that in Matthews real quick. Give me that in Matthews 4. Show you that didn't change, man. Give me that in Matthews 4 and Matthews 4 and start at, let me see, where's that? The mouth is written, thou shalt tempt the Lord thy God, and Satan, the angels, and the Lord. Hold on, let me see if it's Matthews 4 or is it Luke 4? Hold on for a second. Shalakia family. It might be Luke 4. Anybody know that precept where he said, "Thou shalt serve the Lord thy God, and only him shall I serve"? And
Joshua 20, I think. Never mind. 15:24.
It was Yahushua. It was Yahushua said it. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Long. Say, yeah, let me go to Luke 4 verse 8. Luke 4 verse 8.
You got that up?
Con. This is the book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 8. Mm-hmm. And Jesus answered and said unto him, "Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve."
See that? So where's it written at, man? It's written in God's laws. Right? It's written in God's laws. Right? So he said it is written. Only God would I serve, man. I'm not going to serve no other God. That's what the brother just got to read in Exodus. So let's go back to Exodus 20 real quick.
You going back to, you want verse 6?
Yeah, kind of.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that it in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
So we're gonna follow Christ, right? Give me that in John 4:16, man. Let's see what he did, right? Let's see what this law that he nailed to the cross. I'm gonna get it in 2 places, right? Right? Give me that in John 4:16 real quick.
It's the book of John, chapter 4, and verse 13.
No, verse 16.
Verse 16. Yahushua said unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither.
Shalaki, I put it wrong precept. Luke 4:16. Shalaki. Luke 4:16.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 4, and verse 16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for the read.
Okay.
And there
so
was
you see that, Slakia, the water brother. So you see that our Lord and Savior went in on the Sabbath day to stood up and read, right? Oh, but he nailed that to the cross, right? So let's get that to Acts 13 real quick. Let's get Acts 13 and 14. Acts 13 and 14. Right? This is after Christ, death and resurrection, right? And here's the disciples, our beloved brother Paul, and let's see what day they went in the synagogue on. Right? So Acts 13 and 14.
You want me to hold this Exodus?
So again?
Hold this Exodus?
Yeah, hold that. We're coming back to it. Yeah,
this is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and what? I'm sorry.
14.
13. This is the book of Acts 13:14. But then when they departed from Perga, they came to Antioch in Pisidia, and went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and sat down.
They went on the synagogue on the Sabbath day. That's the same thing we find in Exodus 28. Right? Remember the Sabbath day. This after Christ's death and resurrection, and they still keeping God's Sabbath, right? We don't get into it, read on. Verse 15.
And after reading of the law, the prophets, the rulers of the synagogue, said unto them, saying, Ye men and brethren, if ye have any word to attend for the people, say on.
You breaking up, Bob?
Yeah, he done disappeared. I got it.
John, I was about to say, I thought I was over here clicking buttons on my screen. I was thinking that was me. Okay, all phases. Yeah. He was breaking up a little bit. You had to move that phone. I had to move that phone in another location.
Yeah, okay. Brother Phoenix, can you grab that precept for me?
That was Acts 13:14.
Yeah, you started back at 14. Yeah, okay.
It says, but when they departed from Perga, they came to Antioch in Pisidia, and went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and sat down. And after the reading of the law and the prophets, and the rulers of the synagogue sent unto them, saying, Ye men and brethren, if ye have any word or of exhortation for the people, say on. Then Paul stood up and beckoned with his hand and said, Men of Israel, and ye that fear God, give audience.
The water. So I just wanted to just kind of put some light on that. That the one that they say that came and was the apostles to the Gentiles. He was saying, "Ye men of Israel, give audience." On the Sabbath day, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, just like Exodus 20 and 8 say, man, that you got to keep God's Sabbath, and it's after Christ. And he was reading in the law. So what is this? The law is done away with, and when you seeing them reading in the law acts. All right? Okay, brother, you on?
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not. Shalakia, what was that?
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his maidservant, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Shalakia. So that's the 10 Commandments. That's the big 10, right? So he said, "Thou shalt not kill." Creflo say that you should keep even the big 10, man. So what? We can now go kill him? Can we just all of a sudden just go kill him, man? Yes, he also said that we should keep it the big 10. Now, thou shalt not commit adultery. That's a part of the big 10, right? Thou shalt not steal. Or now we just go to Walmart and just go get whatever we want now, right? Thou shalt not bear false witness against our neighbor. Now I can just lie on my neighbor now. So we gotta make sure that we looking behind these things that these prophets are talking. Don't get caught up in smooth words, man. Don't get caught up in smooth words. All right, so I'm going to a couple of videos, man. That we gonna go through. I got a couple of precepts to line up with them, and if y'all brothers want to bring something in, just say Shalaki, get on in, man. Hold on for a second. Gonna get this real quick. This first video. Well, the second one we're actually. Let's see.
This is a story that's hard to tell, but it's one that needs to be told. It's about what happened to two local women when they were barely teenagers. At the ages of 12 and 13, their innocence was stolen. They were forced into sex trafficking. This is a problem here in our city in Jacksonville. Statistics show our city is third in the state for human trafficking. The women you're about to meet are survivors.
I didn't realize being here would bring up so much emotion.
Sometimes when you don't know what to say, a hug says enough.
We all tried to protect each other, but we did the best we could.
It's been 20 years since these two Jacksonville women stood outside this apartment complex.
My memories of what happened here is a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, and being raped repeatedly.
Raped.
Tatiana Yoguez and Nicole McCall are sex trafficking survivors. This didn't happen to them in some bigger city or a different state. It all took place right here in Jacksonville at multiple locations around town.
This is where we were first brought to when we were kidnapped.
They say they were taken from the south side of Jacksonville at the ages of 12 and 13 and driven to this motel off Lane Avenue on the city's west side.
And we didn't have our clothes, so even if we attempted to run out of the room, we would have been naked.
To understand their story better and how this all happened, we need to go back to a cold day in January. The year was 2002, and these three friends, Tatiana, Nicole, and Jessica, were walking home after spending some time at the mall earlier in the day.
It was a nice, quiet neighborhood, never any trouble in the area.
But trouble was waiting for them when 3 young men drove up in a car.
We decided to get in the car with them. They said they'd take us home, and we trusted them.
When they got into that car, Tatiana says their attitudes changed. The men said they weren't taking them home.
At that point, we realized we made a bad decision. We all looked at each other, and it was just like, what do we do now?
The women say they were brought to this motel.
It's kind of hard seeing it. Because it's almost like reliving it in a sense.
And what happened next is something they will never forget.
As soon as we got through the door, he told us to strip down. And he took our clothes from us. He took everything that we had, he took from us.
After that, they say they were forced to take pills and drink alcohol. They were just children and helpless.
We didn't have a choice whether we wanted to take them or not. It was, here's these pills, wash it down with this. And it was alcohol.
Yeah, it was Hennessy. I remember like the smell and just the taste and everything. And then and he also gave us like cocaine. And so he just forced us to do these drugs.
From there, men started coming into the room, taking turns raping the young girls. For almost a month, they lived this life. They lived this nightmare.
We pleaded with him for him to let us go. Like, you know, we're 12, 13, and 14. You know, we won't tell, just let us go. And he had no empathy. He had no care. It doesn't matter. I don't care how old you are, you're with me now.
While they were being held captive, their families were searching.
There was a missing persons report for all 3 of us.
Yeah, there were flyers everywhere, all over Jacksonville.
From this motel to strip clubs to homes to apartments.
This is just another place where we were trafficked.
The young girls held out hope they would be able to escape. But as each day went by, that hope faded.
I thought we were going to die there. Like, I thought that was just going to be, I thought he was probably going to just use us up and then kill us.
That was until one day when one of the men watching them realized how young they were and felt bad about their situation.
He threw clothes on the ground and just opened up that back door. And he was like giving us that eye, like, get out while you can. This is your opportunity. So we looked at each other. We took the opportunity. We threw them shirts on and we just ran out.
After escaping, they were reunited with their families. And you would think their story would have a happy ending, but that's not what happened.
We weren't treated that great from officials. So we were treated as though it was
like runaways.
We were,
yeah, that's how we were treated.
Promiscuous runaways.
Yeah.
The girls said they were given little resources or help for what they had been through and were sent back to school.
I attempted suicide when I got back home. I tried to take all my mom's pills that were in her medicine cabinet.
As adults in their 30s, they're now healing.
While I was in therapy, I started to learn more about myself and what I had experienced. And then I realized that I was, in fact, a sex trafficking victim. And then I shared it with Tatiana, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, we're all under that. I'm like, we were victims.
That healing, now in the form of a book they wrote, sharing their life story to help others.
It wasn't my idea to want to write it. Because I was like, no.
Yeah, Shalakia. So, so I pulled that video because this is a growing problem within the Black Hispanic Asian community. Not only us, like Brother Pena said, but it's a problem in the world. Young women's being abducted, man, being used as sex traffickers, man. Right? And after they finish on some of their bodies, organs are being donated, man. They're killing them and taking their organs, man. Right? And so this is a problem. But if we got God's law, would this stuff be happening? And if so, would it be a stiffer penalty if it did happen? Right? So what y'all guys think, man? We was keeping God's law. Would this sex trafficking to be happening?
Definitely not.
Nah, definitely. If everybody was doing that, but we all have to be on that level. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot that's happened. It's a lot of stipulations that have been put in place, man. It's a lot of things that done happened to our minds that we just that allow certain things like this to happen. And a lot of those things got to be chopped down, man. But the root cause of it, like this lesson is about, man, is us breaking these commandments, man. And that's not having a fear for the Lord. Not having a fear for the Lord, where you can do this to little girls, man. You can pick little girls up and do you got to be heartless, man. You got to be cold-blooded, man. You got to be a cold-blooded individual to do something like that. To 12, 13 middle schoolers, children, small children. And the individuals going in there doing that. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, there was a little spirit in one of those brothers who, they're like, man, this thing wrong, man.
Right.
But he was still in darkness, but it was just a little light there left in him that made him say, man, you know what, man, y'all need to get on up out of here. Man, he could have been risking his life,
Right.
To do that. But yeah, man, it's, the root cause of this is us not following, and that's why these laws are here. But yeah, I yield with that.
And also, Salakia. Also, there was something that I was watching the other day with the Roman Catholic Church. They've been molesting the children since the 1800s, and the indigenous people to the land basically went and put a lawsuit out for them, and I guess the Vatican was supposed to pay them like 25 million, but they only came up to pay them like 1.5 million. But and I was looking at that like, that's crazy right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've been doing this for like 200 years, and then when the window of opportunity was open for you to kind of like do right by the people, you didn't do it. You didn't want to talk to them, and then now in 2019, you decide like, okay, I want to do something. I want to do something about it. But it's far too late. Like, you 200 years in, and you knew about the stuff that was going on and did nothing. And I would say even though they have the law, they hold it in, they hold the law in wickedness. Kind of like it says in the Apocrypha. Just gonna paraphrase it though. Like, you just gonna paraphrase what it was saying, but like they hold the truth in unrighteousness. I think that's what I was going with it. Yeah, I yield with that.
Yeah, kind of. I'm familiar with that. They did a movie about that. About the Catholics. It was actually happened in 1940, man. About how they was getting those Indian the Northern Kingdom, and they was they was raping the little boys, man. You know what I mean? And Pope Francis just went over there and apologized for it, man. You know what I mean? That's been all on the news, man. Just went over there and apologized for it, man. And so yeah, man, they got it. Go ahead.
Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead.
2 points. One point is, I believe that's horrible what happened to them girls. But I also believe that these young women, these young girls, they look more. They could be 12 or 13, but they look like they're 25 or 30 years old, and they dress like that. So, and I'm not putting no blame and saying, you shouldn't, I believe they should dress modestly. But, I believe some of these women, the way they dress, they are asking for this attention, this attention, which they probably got. This might be one of them special cases that they might not have, been that one. But, it's a lot of different scenarios. I could look outside. You can go to any school right now, any middle school in America, and find a 12 or 13-year-old girl that look above her age, is fully grown and got all her parts out, and she dressing like that, and being promiscuous with it, and to hit on old Isaiah's point, even if you go to the Vatican right now and look at the architecture on the wall, some of the details in those buildings literally depict the pope, the preacher or the priest with little boys in cement. This is like part of the building. It shows the little boy reaching up underneath the priest's garment. You see what I'm saying? So that thing runs super deep, and they know exactly what they're doing. You understand?
And
So
I believe
that is that's just part of their nature, and they covering it up, and they know they covering it up, and the people they're supposed to get paid know they covering it up, but ain't nothing you can do about it. You need to stop going to them to the Catholic Church. What really
but I
need to
think,
happen?
Salaki, I think a lot of the stuff that's happening is, the Most High is doing because he wants these people to be exposed for their evil deeds. We all know that, they're going to be judged at the end of the day for what it is that they do. But, to have that kind of exposure, we could give to the people so that they can go and, do their due diligence and their research to kind of see like these things transpiring, so that they know that the words that the Most High is bringing out is true. His law is true. His law is perfect, and it will heal us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just gonna deal with that.
And is it a scripture that says something about his skirt shall be raised? I remember hearing that on I forget what show I was watching, but one cat sort of broke it down like that. It was, oh my goodness,
a metaphor.
It was Khalid Muhammad.
Khalid Muhammad, when he was on the
he
Donahue
broke it down
show.
with Donahue. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They said, and her skirt shall be lifted, and you're gonna see her shame. You understand that? That is a scripture.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what scripture it is, but I'm gonna look it up as soon as I get a chance. But yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, and I go ahead.
I was just thinking, and who's to say that, with this instance and those two girls escaping to tell the story, like there, who knows how many countless of people have been kidnapped, never found, killed, and it's all coming from the church. People think it could be some killer out there on the loose. Nah, these are organizations that work together and are knit tight doing these things, kidnapping people and doing all kind of forms of wickedness. I don't want to get into no details or anything like that, but there ain't no telling, man. And yeah, that hit home. All the missing. You used to have the missing photos on a carton of milk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From back then all the way up to the Walmarts, and they don't even have those missing things no more at the Walmart.
Yeah, kind.
That's crazy.
Man, I remember in the 80s, man. I remember in the 80s that thing was going on with the Leonard Child murders, man. And I remember being petrified. And I was way in Miami and petrified at that time, man. Like, oh boy, you out there killing folks. You know what I mean? So and it's on us too, right? Because our children, man, is out of control, man. Like we don't have a parenting system.
Yes.
Even if our parent, we gotta like think about it. When we was young, man, man, I was telling Brother Phineas this not too long ago. I said, my mom said, you know what? You 16 years old, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna allow you to go ahead for you to get your own school shopping. So she gave me about $300, and I came back with a Kango, Gazelle, and a pair of Phantom shirt, and I was ready, man. I had a Kango and a Gazelle. The Gazelle was like $150 by itself, man. But as a child, man, you don't really have that intellectual process to be able to make things harmonize. Because when you're young, all you see is fun, man. All you see is fashion. All you see is what everybody else doing, right? I got goals in my mouth. Why, man? Because that's what the honeys want, man. Right? So we always did things that what society at large did, even when we was coming up, right? But it was parents then was really, bringing us in. Okay, I'll let you do this, but you're not gonna do this. Like, no, they was that They was that string that was pulling us back if we're going too far from the edge to the edge. Shalakia. So anything else, Brother Dixon? You got something?
Well, you can pull up. I think it all started back at home. With the girls and stuff and how they dress. That's why a lot of, just like Esau said, that's the main problem I hear on the way our women's dress. And that will cause a lot of this action that they got, and that's going on out here. But it started from the home, so we need to maintain the house, and the woman needs to teach their child what to wear. But half the time, the mom is wearing the same thing, and so that's why the daughter is doing what she's doing. So it's doing after generation after generation. But you can pull up what's that scripture? I want to say could somebody read 1 Timothy 3, 1 through 16?
1 through 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but you can just read part of you can just read just read all the way down, man, from so I'm trying to get to that part.
I just start. You can just stop me when you want to.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, go ahead. He gonna explain what's going on out here. So that's why I brought that one up.
This is 1 Timothy 3 and verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth the good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his house, how shall he take care of the church of God? Not a novice, lest being
that's it right there.
lifted.
Salaka. That's it. Yeah, I was just trying to let you know you got to maintain your house. If you can't maintain your house, how you gonna maintain the church? So like I said, everything starts from the house. So we have to maintain our house and get our kids in order where they can follow. And that's when the law, statute, and commandments come in. But it's gonna be it's gonna be difficult. For them to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So I yield for that.
Salaki, I just wanted to say, how do you say it starts in the house, and agreed indeed. And with today in modern times, you have a lot of single parent house homes where the government gives incentive to women to keep, their fathers out of the household. You know what I'm saying? To where, the government has become basically the husband to these women, and they're out there running amok and doing the things that they do. How can that be instilled, if they don't have leadership in the household?
Yeah,
The
kind.
kids
And
is running the home.
I think it started with the men's, you know. Like,
go ahead.
Shalakia. The kids
I
is
think it
running them
started with the
households.
men. Right.
My bad. Go ahead.
But I think it started with the men, man. I think it started with the men's because the men's they got to come back and see our men. We not stepping up, and they got the lady, you know, thinking she can do everything now. But see, we leaving our kids. We leaving our kids on somebody else. So, in other words, you taking care of my kid, I'm taking care of your kid. And you don't even take time out to go even see your kid because another man is taking care of your kid. But see, we need to come back and start seeing after our kids, man. You know, and stop trying to be friends with our kids. But I know the system playing a lot of part, just like you said. And the women are, you know, they out here working and doing their own thing, and they ain't studying the man. But us men, we got to step up and come back. And that's why our boys and stuff out here on the streets are like they is now, because there ain't no man there. You know, that's why you see a lot of shooting out here, because our men is not in the household. The boys are running the women, are running their moms, and they scared of them. So that's why I said the man got to step up and come back. But I know they got a law, you know, just like you said, that they got laws in place and all for the women to do this. But that's what Esau want. They want us to be a part. They want that. So they taking these homes and dividing them up. You know, they don't want us to have a strong household. They want to keep us lost. So we got to try to come back. You know what I mean? We got to come back, man, and start finding laws as a commandment and get our families back. That's why the book say we need to gather ourselves together. I yield, man.
Yeah, and Shalaki, it's what I call shadow boxing. You know what I mean? You know, when you shadow boxing, you fighting in the air. You know what I mean? But you really don't see your opponent, man. And so a lot of times we don't understand what the problem is because we don't know who our opponent is, right? And so once we narrow it down, it's like a Fico Chevy, man. You know what I mean? That's your baby, man. You know, your dad gave it to you when you got out of high school. You know what I mean? And you looking on the engine, and you got to diagnose the problem. So you got to go to the root of it and get that thing purling again, man. So in order to fix our problem, we got to go to the root of the problem. You understand that? We got to go to the root of the problem.
That's right.
Then that would fix our solution. That would be the solution to our problem. So give me Romans 7:12. I'm gonna go to the next video because I'm already an hour or two in. Romans 7:12.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good.
So Paul said, how we gonna use one scripture to justify that the commandments are done away with? Right? Because you see the word law, you never see the commandments done away with, you see law. Right? Because it was talking about a specific law was done away with. It never said the commandments that we're no longer under commandments. It said that so we continue in sin, that grace, God, because we're under the law, under grace, God forbid. It's like under the law. It was talking about a specific law. But right here, he said the law was good and the commandment's good. He put a distinction between the two. You understand that? So if the law is good and the commandment is good, then why would God say that we don't have to keep it no more, man? Right? Why would he say that we don't have to keep it no more? If Paul said that, hey man, the commandment is good, man. The law is good. Right? Read on.
Was then that which is good made deaf unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, worketh death in me, by which is good. That sin by the commandment of exceeding sinful. For we know the law, for we know that the law is spiritual. Keep going.
No, go ahead. You can read the last one.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
So under sin, man. So Paul said that sin by the commandments. But sin by the commandments. Right? You want to know what sin is if it say, if you was looking upon another man's wife, if you was looking upon another woman and cheating on your wife, you want to know what sin is if it say thou shalt commit adultery. If the commandments didn't tell you that.
Shalaki, I would say like what's the to combat that, I would say like what's the point in having the commandments in a word if we wasn't going to use them?
Right.
What would be the purpose? There would be no purpose.
Okay.
We would just be, doing whatever without a care in the world. So that's just how I see it. Like why would God leave record of the Bible, his commandments, the Torah, and then tell people not to go and abide by those laws that he gave?
Don't want to keep it. Right. Right. It don't make sense.
It's senseless.
It don't make sense, right? If God is a perfect specimen, why would he tell us to do something that all of a sudden you don't have to do? I understand about sacrificial, right? We understand that was on us. But everything God told us was perfect. Even when he gave us the sacrificial was perfect. We just refused to keep it, man. Right? It was perfect. If it would have continued to be used for its purpose, it's like the fringes. The fringes is a purpose. Be like, man, when I sin, man, I don't look at the fringes, bro. That's on you, man. If your mama tell you to put that ring on your put that key on your finger, man, don't lose that key. And you get off of school, man, drop off the school bus and you running, and the door lock, and you like knock on the door, mama, like Smokey on Friday. You know what I mean? Knocking on the door, mama, don't let me in. You banging on the windows, right? And all the time the key on your finger, man. If you don't use it for what it's for, that's on you. It's not on the Most High, man. He gave you a way out. If you don't use it, that's on you in the day of judgment. All right? So give me that one more precept and I'm going to go to the next video. Give me that in Romans 16 and 26.
Said Romans 16:26.
It's kind.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 16 and verse 26. But now is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting God, made known to all nations for the obedience of faith.
You can't even have faith if you're not keeping God's commandments, man. You can't even have faith if you're not keeping God's commandments, man. You understand that? You cannot even have faith, man. So let me pull this next video.
You are not thinking if you do whatsoever. I command you.
8 people gunned down overnight at a gas station next to an Atlanta strip club. And Atlanta police now still trying to find a cause for this latest drive-by shooting, which will become an epidemic in this area. It happened just before 1 this morning outside the Shell gas station on Northside Drive near the interchange with I-75. This is right next to the Diamond Club strip joint. APD telling us that there were roughly a dozen people in the parking lot, all young men, when a vehicle pulled up and opened fire. Of the 8 who were shot, 2 are in critical condition. All of the victims are between 16 and 21.
You know, the people they were talking in the parking lot, they all knew each other. And so none of the people that were in the parking lot that were struck were having any type of argument. An unknown individual drove a vehicle and started shooting at them.
APD telling us that a search is on for the suspect's vehicle. They are not sharing a description of that car right now.
Did you know the company you buy natural gas from isn't the one bringing it to your homes and businesses? That's where we come in. We're Atlanta Gaslight. In Georgia, you can buy natural gas from...
So that's 8 people shot down next to a strip club. And this is Atlanta, man. Just 8 people. Just randomly shot down. Man, we used to be over there on the West End, man. You know, they used to be shooting like it's the OK Corral out there, man. Why we out there teaching? They said that, pow, 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 pow. Like it's the OK Corral, man. So what is the solution of this, man? Give me that Exodus 20 and 10 again.
We got to love one another. Ain't no love.
Bring them out.
You say Exodus 20 and 10?
Let me see. That's what I want. Shalakia. 13.
Come. If a man also lie with man, no, you didn't want that.
No, 13. 13. Exodus 20 and 13.
If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman.
You must be in Leviticus. Where you at?
Oh, you said what you said? Exodus. My bad.
Yeah, you good. 20 and 13.
This is Exodus 20 and 13.
Thou
shalt not kill.
So the Bible tells us, thou shalt not kill. Creflo. Well, answer this question, man. You say even the Big Ten we should have no dealings with, man. So what? Are you condoning brothers just shooting each other in the middle of the street like that, man? So what are we doing, man?
Yeah, it's great.
The Bible says, thou should not kill, man. Right? So give me that in Leviticus 24 and 17. Leviticus 24 and 17. And see, this God's laws, man. Right? This God's law, man. Thank God for grace. But let's see. And this is why we got grace, right? But give me Leviticus 24 and 17.
This is Leviticus 24 and 17. And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death.
What the Bible say?
And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. So
the Bible say, if you an eye for an eye, man, but you got grace under Yahweh Shah, man. Right? But the Bible said, if we do away with all these laws, then what's the purpose of having a death penalty for? Right? Hey, Brother Michael, on our last topic we was on about the sex trafficking, he pulled Proverbs 29:15 and 15 and 29 and 15 and Proverbs 23 and 13. Can one of y'all brothers put that for me?
Shalakia, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay.
29 and 15 and 29 and what?
29 and 15 and 23 and 13.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame.
Right? So that's Brother Michael precept, man. So, go ahead. Go give me the other one. 23 and 13.
This is Proverbs 23 and 13. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
He should not die, man. And see, now we done got away from that, man. We done got away from that
That's right.
discipline, man. We done got away from that, and it was all by design as well, man. We go into the Willie Lynch all the time, man. The destroying of the Negro and the Negro families, man. Right? You know, we go into our Willie Lynch book all the time, man. No, get the man, make him docile, and put the woman over the man. Then she gonna raise the kids to be inferior just like her. Right? See, because no matter how strong our black women seems, they only strong when it comes to the black man. But they really submit to Esau, the white man, right? They submit to everybody else except the black man, right? Because we got role reversal, man. We don't understand it's destroy our nation, and that's what the Most High said was going to happen. Go ahead, brother.
Just like Brother Dixon said, he said it starts at the home. You know, and they made it a law that we can't basically whip our children when they doing wrong, or else they'll be, you know, given a defect and then given to some other people, and then you gotta go to court, and then now you fighting to try to keep your kids and stuff like that. So I think that's what they fear, in order not to instill the wisdom that's necessary in their children, because they profit from it. They profit from it. So. They profit in many ways from that. Like, because you end up in jail, then they grow up without the instruction, and then they end up in jail, and the cycle continues, perpetual cycle.
Right.
Yeah, kind.
That's right.
Yeah, kind. I got one more video, man, and then we'll go into a precept and I'm out, man. I've been on way too long. I try to keep it within an hour, man. Let's see.
Developing tonight, a rapper is dead after a double shooting in Bogalusa. Investigators have spent the past 24 hours.
Did you know you can make animated explainer ads and videos just like this one using Toonly?
Trying to put all the pieces together in a double shooting there were 3 separate shooting scenes. And as Mike McDaniel explains, authorities believe they're all connected and that they're part of a bigger problem.
I've been up since yesterday, At 24 years old, using the stage name Jada Youngin, Javarius Scott made a name for himself as a rapper in his hometown of Bogalusa. His rise in music ended Wednesday night when police say he was shot multiple times outside a home on Superior Avenue. Family members say his father, Kenyatta Scott Sr., was also shot. He's expected to survive.
It's sad. This is Bogalusa. It's a small community.
Police Chief Kendall Bullen says while on the scene, there was a second shooting just minutes away. An SUV was shot up near the intersection of Marshall Richardson and Ott Roads. Ray McGowan's home was shot several times in the process.
I was watching TV, so then I heard about them 8 shots. So then I just dove on the floor.
Later in the night, a third shooting near Our Lady of the Angels Hospital, where Bullen says a house was shot up. No one was hurt. Bullen says all 3 are connected and part of a larger violent problem.
It appears a lot of times some of our shootings and things in the young age community are people that are on opposite sides of the rappers they follow and support.
This isn't the first deadly shooting involving a rapper in the city. Last summer, police say a rivalry between 2 rap groups led to the murder of a 19-year-old rapper hiding out in Bogalusa.
There's young people losing their lives for nonsense because they disagree with each other.
McGowan says it's upsetting to know young people are involved in such violence.
It's sad, man.
With a large social media following, more than 2.8 million followers on Instagram, tributes for Scott haven't stopped since the news of his death. Thursday afternoon, family members gathered outside the home where both men were shot. They didn't want to speak on camera, but say Scott cared about his family and was focused on his 2-year-old son, who he now leaves behind.
Suspects have been identified in the second and third shootings, and warrants have been issued. Police are still trying to figure out a suspect for the first shooting. Meanwhile, city leaders are pleading with anyone who has information to come forward. Reporting from Bogalusa, Mike McDaniel, Eyewitness News.
Authorities say Javorius Scott has a criminal past. Investigators connected him to recent crimes involving gang rivalries. He spent time in prison for a gun charge while under indictment for a separate felony in Texas. He had been arrested in Bogalusa before and was booked in Tangipahoa Parish on a warrant for accessory to second-degree murder and obstruction of justice.
Developing tonight, a rapper.
So here it is right here. Another one of our brothers, 24 years old, gone. He gone, man. And so I heard, and his lyrics, he said he hoped that God forgive him for his sins, man. All right. So what are we doing, man? I mean, why are trying to keep God's laws is so tabooish, man? When we continue to see this happening to our brothers and our sisters, and yet we still don't want to come back to God's laws. All right. We still don't want to come back to God's laws. Go ahead.
The Bible never said that Jacob wasn't going to be a part of Jacob's trouble. Okay. Because we seem to be a lot in our own way right now. That's all you're going to hear about. You hear about the police shootings, but it's more of Jake shooting Jake.
Right.
I you.
Okay, we understand that, right? But it's still going to be an elect of Israel being saved, right? We understand that, the Most High say, but he shall be saved out of it, right? So that's why we have these dialogues, right? That's why we have these conversations, so we can start looking at it from a whole nother angle, right? The reason why it's important to keep God's laws, because you kept the law, thou shalt not kill, man. That won't happen. Right, and a lot. I was looking at this. I was looking at it earlier with Jada Youngin, man. And you had, I think there's another rapper. He had like a beef with a rapper called NBA YoungBoy or something like that. He was like, his fans was like, son, like, yeah, we smoking Jada Youngin. What? That's a new thing right now with our young folks, man. Like if a rapper dies something for one of their rivalries, they be smoking them, man. They don't have no empathy, man. They don't have no empathy for their brothers no more, man. Hey, give me that Deuteronomy 28:54.
But that's the new thing, Shalakia. That's the new thing. It's so much social media influence. It's really overwhelming. Like I don't know the whole spectrum of it because I'm not on there like that. But you, even just like you just said, if a rapper got beef and you ride with this rapper, his fans now got a beef with that rapper you got a beef with. And that's crazy. That's literally like, think about that for a second. Like that's. So now you not only got to be worried about being seen by this rapper, but you don't know where you can be. Your turf is limited because his fans is everywhere. You never know. It's crazy, man.
Right. And that's where we at right now. Drill music is kill music. Your brother Michael said drill music, kill music, man. Hey, he said give Proverbs 1:8-19. After you give me the other precept.
Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Go ahead. So
that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he have nothing left him in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
It's gonna distress them in all thy gates, man. So when you understand that the prophecy that the brother was gonna be evil, his eye was gonna be evil towards his brother, man. We have evil eyes towards one another, man. And even when one brother get killed, you got these other brothers sitting on the sideline cheerleading, man. Don't have no empathy, man. Don't have no sympathy for the families, man. Like people like, well, hey, judgment is the Most High, man. That's God's judgment. He kill and make a lie. I get it, but that's not my judgment, man. When you looked at the prophets, when you looked at Moses, when you looked at Esdras, when you looked at, they always cried out for Israel, man. No matter how wicked Israel was, you know what I mean? They always cried out for Israel, man. Right? Abraham prayed for the Sodomites, man. We gotta get out our own way, man. But we don't have no compassion for our people no more, man. We done got so caught up into these laws that we don't even have passion for our people no more, man. Hey, man, the Most High woke us up. All praise to the Most High God, but we gotta continue to pray for our brothers and sisters to wake up, man. So that's why I'm having these bite-sized Inca bites and try to go into it and try to make the scriptures come to life, man. To whatever works, to any means necessary, man. We gotta try to get to our people before Christ come back, man. Right? So give me that in Proverbs 1 and verse 8 through 19.
You got that out, or you want me to get it?
I can get it. Says Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 8, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and hold as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in thy way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
Okay. And so that's shlaki. So that's wisdom to live by, man. That forsake not the law of thy mother, man. Right? You can't forsake the law, man. So give me that in 2 Esdras 7 and verse 36, and I'm gonna yield with this one. 2 Esdras 7 and 36. So this is what we got to do as a people, man. Right? We got to do this as a people because, yeah, we understand that judgment is God. It belongs to God, man. But when Christ comes back, it's going to be a wrap, man. So give me that 2 Esdras 7 and 36.
It's the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites, and Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness. Oh, that's second. He said second Esdras, sir.
Right, kind.
Then said Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites, and Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness, and the Messiah after him for Israel in the time of Achan, and Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary, and Helias for those that received rain, and for the dead, and he might live, and Ezekiel for the people in the time of Sennacherib, and many for many. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up, and wickedness increased, and the righteousness have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also?
Kind. So it says, shall not the righteous pray for the ungodly, man? Shall not we be in the same spirit as our forefathers praying for the ungodly? No, because we see God's judgment go forth, that's his judgment. That's not our judgment. We don't supposed to walk with the same spirit as the Most High because he could do it righteously. We can't, man. It'll put us in a whole other space. So let the Most High judgment be the Most High judgment, man. So rest in peace to our brother that died, Jay the Youngin, man, 24 years old, man. And a lot of that stuff, man, our brothers, man, they doing stuff and they come back to haunt them, man. Now, at 24 years old, man, these brothers be having a lot of bodies on them, man. They be killing folks, man. Know what I mean? We got to stop that, man. We always talk about, like Brother Dion said earlier, about the police killings, but we have far more killings than us killing each other, man. And that's problematic. Because how in the world you going to exist as a people if y'all killing each other, man? This dude, 24 years old, he's 24 years old, got a young son who's going to be raised by our father. So what's his chance like? Like, what happened to his life? See, that's 2 lives that have been destroyed in a matter of minutes, man. So yeah, fellas, man, brothers and sisters, we got to start thinking about the things that we do, how it's very detrimental to our nation, man. As people, as y'all brothers, man, we righteous, man. We got to start fasting. I know people be trying to fast in Israel, and we want to fast for Israel. We need to be fasting for even Israel and the nations that's not even a part of Israel, man. Because let me ask y'all the question: Was Sodom and Gomorrah, were those Israelites?
I would say fine.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Shalakia, I'm not 100% sure. I can't say yes. But when you look at the judgment the Most High brought on them so fast, then that would make me say yeah. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, they in Abraham time, it wasn't no Israel, was no Esau, was no Jacob. Israel had been Abraham had been brought out of the Chaldeans and severed from them to create a nation eventually. But now you can't say they Israel, because Israel didn't exist at that dispensation at that time.
Okay. And what about Jonah and Nineveh? Were they Israelites? What do you say, Brother Phoenix?
Nah, I would say no with that also, because even the king at that time was he even repented. So you could say, I know we'll say, well, it might have been some of us scattered, which it might have been. It definitely could have.
Okay, you done froze up, brother.
You done froze up.
In the midst of conversation.
Yeah, my back.
No, you bad, brother.
Oh, okay. I just seen all the little markers going, But anyway, yeah, that the king himself even repented. The king of Nineveh, I wouldn't think that would be an Israelite.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen. So, hope y'all was edified, man. I'm gonna get any last remarks from the brothers, man. Like I say, we just trying to give baby bites, man. Try to go over these videos, man, and see what's going on in the world and how it apply, man, to the scriptures. You know what I mean? So, y'all brothers got any last exhortations, man, before we get out of here?
Yeah, come.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know we're trying to get out of here, but I was just gonna say, man, we are it ain't no love, man, you know, for our people. And we got to get back to loving each other, man, and caring about each other. And I think that'll stop a whole lot, because we got a lot of people out here, man. This ain't no love in them, and they wasn't taught to love, you know, and they wasn't raised, you know, that way, you know. So some of them ain't been raised at all. But I just want to tell the people, you know, we got to get back to loving our people and stop being against one another, man. Cause somebody read 15 and 10, John 15 and 10 right quick.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 10. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love.
See, it's all about love. See, if you know, if the Bible say, if you love me, you will keep my commandments.
Right.
And so it's all in love, man. Love gonna get us there.
Hey, Shalaki, I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother, but you know, I think we have to be real about this situation, man. You know, I think that all that lovey-dovey stuff, I think that's out the window, man. That dispensation has passed. You know, it's not gonna get no better until the until the Messiah come back. Like, you can preach that and teach that, but the way the world is rocking right now, that is probably the furthest from what's gonna really happen. It's gonna really take something dramatic in a person's life for him to change, like death or like being crippled or something like that. One of his close friends or something. For one of these rappers to really change and stop teaching the youngsters and stop rapping about drugs and hoes and guns, slack in with my language. But in order for that to happen, it's gonna have to be something seriously dramatic to happen close to his home. And that's not, I mean, it is happening, but you know, these rappers are getting killed, but they still doing the same thing when they wake up tomorrow. They still going out rapping the same lyrics. So, you know, honestly, I think trying to love each other, that phase of our existence has passed. Now it's time for war. You feel me? It's time for the Messiah to come back and do away with a lot of them cats that ain't getting down with the script. That's just my opinion.
Right. But I was just only giving, you know, I'm just only giving what the Bible says. The Bible say, if you love me, you know, you will follow my commandment.
But how many people read the Bible?
So I know a lot of people ain't reading the Bible, but I'm just saying, I know it ain't gonna happen. But
I understand.
I'm just saying that will need to take spire, though, you know, that we need to come back to it. But you know, it's likely that they're gonna happen, but it's one way, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but
I understand what you're saying, because when we put all these bad things out, we need to have a solution behind it. Brother Phineas always teach that, and I agree with that. But you know, I just don't know if that is the solution, because I mean all praise to the Most High if that happened. You dig? If he put that spirit on the majority of this nation, then all praises. But you know, I don't think in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think it's gonna take something drastic in a person's life for him to turn around. You know, some people you gotta go through some tribulation in order to seek the Lord. That's scripture all day. You know, so I yield.
Yeah, I think y'all both got great points with, I think one is on the context of, the love, the affectionate kind of love, and then one's on the aspect of us keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, and abiding in that love. So now we ain't gonna really hug these folks and try to do right by these folks when they're in wickedness. It's hard to love somebody when they're in complete wickedness. You could do it the first couple times, but when they just completely, when you got to separate yourself from those individuals, man. So it's y'all both on the same, y'all both right. It's just coming from different angles, I think. But like I said earlier in the beginning, man, there's several devices that get us to this point that we're at. Everything everybody said today in class, man, it's just different. It's probably 100 more reasons why this has gotten this bad and why it's continuing to get worse. But the class kind of goes around just that, just getting to the root of the matter, and that's us just us falling away from the Father, us falling away from these laws, statutes, and commandments, and for us to get back. Of course, we can't just throw the commandments in their face. It gotta be, a lot of these things gotta be broken down. Like I was saying about going through the tribulation, going through certain things. A lot of these things have to be broken down before we get back to the law, statutes, and commandments, like it had to happen to a few of us or all of us. But yeah, that's what that's what ultimately that's what has to happen, man. We can't just we went through all these several precepts about raising the children upright, about staying away from certain individuals, about do not kill, about all of these things are written in the law, and that's what we got to come back to, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got the book, the whole text is telling us what not to do. I think even with the plan of the video, I'm gonna bring it in with this. Even with the plan of the Creflo, I think it comes down to him just not really. A lot of Christians, and I'm gonna say Israel too, just did not understand what Christ came to do fully. They understand the aspect of the forgiveness of sins, but don't know the mechanism of him condemning sin in the flesh. Like I think it's Romans 8:3. Him condemning the sin in our flesh to help us walk in the spirit. They don't understand how that actually works, and so Creflo will just say, well, we should not have nothing to do with the law because he did this for the law. Or you'll see other people saying, well, we don't have nothing to do with the law, but we're not lawless, but we have to do. And it's just really not understanding that condemnation. Now, I'm not gonna go over it tonight, but that may be a lesson for another time. What it means that he condemned the sin in our flesh. All right, and the law couldn't do that. All right, the law couldn't do it, but Christ condemns sin in our flesh, inside of us, and this is what makes us keep this law. You had the precept. You go ahead and read it real quick, and then I yield with that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh. Keep going.
Is it more on that? I'm not looking at
that. The righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
So he condemned the sin in the flesh so that we can walk righteously. All right. He forgave our sins, and not only that, but he also gives us the comfort, gives the Holy Spirit dwells within us so that we can live righteously, so that we can walk these things out. And the law didn't have that attribute on it. All right, the law. So and it says that it wasn't that the law was, the law was we went over that precept too, man, that the law is just, good, and holy, but it's our flesh. Our flesh is the problem. All right, and so you know, to get us to come back to the loss. It's Christ got to start dwelling in these individuals, man, and to get them to start condemning that sin. Where that brother, we seen the video, and I'm gonna close up Shalaki, y'all. We seen the video with the three Northern Kingdom sisters, where that one individual, that sin was condemned in his flesh, and he said, you know what? Let me let these sisters go. It was then nobody came and said. He was sitting on that. He probably done knocked him down a couple times already. There was some inside of him that say, man, this ain't right, man. Listen, here go the stuff. Y'all get up out of here. And I you.
Yeah, that kind, man. And that's what happens, man. When the spirit of the Most High dwells in you, then that will keep you from not sinning, man. The Spirit of Christ, man. So all praise and glory, honor go to Most High God. Brother Dixon, Brother Dion, y'all good with y'all thoughts?
Yes, sir.
All praises. Tomorrow, there won't be no camp, man. It's gonna be raining tomorrow, but I was a little under the weather all week. I'm just getting better, but I don't wanna get around people and make nobody sick, man. But it's gonna be raining tomorrow anyway. So we gonna hold out one more week on the camp, man. Shalaki on that. But yeah, man, I came out on something terrible, man. And then first I felt like I was getting over it. Then I fall back down. And then so I'm finally really getting back in my strength. I'm getting my strength back, man. So all praises and glory, honor go to the Most High God for his blessings. Tomorrow, man. Oh yeah, Brother Michael put 1 John 4:20. Let's get the brother precept before we leave out. 1 John 4 and verse 20. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow. Pretty much all day tomorrow it's supposed to be raining. Especially in Atlanta, it's supposed to be thunder and lightning tomorrow too as well. So that's perfect. I can go ahead and continue to get some rest, man, and hopefully by next Shabbat, Most High willing, we can be back out there, back in the streets, man. Brother Phineas, before you get my answer, Brother Phineas, you wanna put out what you gonna be tomorrow, brother?
Shoot, I was trying to get up that road, but I'm.
Man, see, you gotta tell me that, man.
I'm walking in too.
And you gotta tell me these things, man. But look,
well, it's raining, it's all good. So we'll get it. We'll get it next week or the week after.
Hey, since Brother Phineas don't do the surprise birthday parties no more, man, he going to surprise Israel, man. He's going to show up, man.
I just be showing up.
Yeah, man, so show up, man.
Yeah, man. So I had some stuff. I end up doing some stuff, man, that I'm gonna have to come up there anyway. But I end up sending a package, man. I end up sending one of them print heads to my old job instead of my address. So I was like, well, I can just go up there and grab that, and then go out to camp. But
it's supposed to be raining pretty bad tomorrow, man.
Bad, wow.
Yeah. So
but yeah, I got to get up there. I got to get up that road.
Yeah, you gotta be safe, brother, man. And
where's it at?
That old bakery on. Yeah, but man, I gotta get up there. You said that old bakery on where that bakery, that bakery I used to work at. It's in Avondale, down Memorial.
Oh, okay, right by the jail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to come, by all means, we'll welcome you. But I was thinking maybe if you can, I don't know how, if you can wait, we can do it on the new moon. But that's going to be the day after the Sabbath. So I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, that sounds all right. We can do that.
I mean, either I don't know. I can go pick it for you because I'll be all over. So but if you have plans on coming on up, then come on up.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it, man. We'll see what we doing if somebody we doing what we need to do for new moon, and then if not,
what date is it on? Can you please figure that out and put it in the chat?
Yeah, I'll put
that in.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, because it's gonna line up. It's gonna line up with that second Sabbath but like 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Oh yeah, nah. I can't wait. I gotta get that thing.
Okay.
I gotta get that thing for Sunday, Monday. You know, for Sunday, Monday. I need it. I need it by Sunday.
Yeah, we'll go ahead, Schlocky.
But we'll still set that up, or then I'll come up. I probably didn't come up that new moon weekend, and
okay,
and we just do it like that.
And we locked in for the tabernacles. I got my little spot, so you dig? It's on.
All praises.
Okay.
You know,
All
me and his eyes gonna share a plot.
Okay. All praises. Okay, so that's my next thing, man. I'm about to call and see who haven't got plots. If you plan to get plots, we need to know what the deal is. We're gonna need to get the donations in for the food and all that other stuff, man. So anything else, brothers? Y'all good?
Good, bro.
Fine. So all praises, glory, honor go to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat.
Shalaki, did we pull that precept?
Oh, Shalakia, the precept. 1 John 4:20. Shalakia. The water, brother.
I thought I read it. 1 John.
You did read it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Wait. 1 John 4:20. Come. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he have loved not his brother, whom he have seen. How can he love God, whom he have not seen?
That's right.
And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God loveth his brother also.
That's right, man.
God.
And that's that's why we gotta understand what the solution is. Right? People like God is love all the time. All the time is God is love, man. But we gotta understand what that love pertains, man. You can't be married to somebody 30 years and you don't know what pleases them, man. Right? You married to someone for 30 years, you don't know what our favorite food is. Right? You don't know what our favorite movie is, man. Same thing with the Most High, man. You can't say that you got a relationship with God on my heart. I got a personal relationship with God. And I ask you, man, what does God what do God hate, man? What did he love? Like what's his favorite flower? His favorite bird. Like you say you love God, but you gotta know what pleases God, man. So if there's nothing else, man, all your brothers and sisters, for those that keep the Shabbat Shalom, the Shabbat, from Friday night sun, the Saturday night sundown, the ones that keep it in the morning to Sunday morning. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, man. Y'all brothers get some rest. Like I say, man, I'm still loving the weather, man. I'm better. I'm like 90% better, man. So all praises, glory, honor to go to Most High. Man, y'all keep your brother Eleazar, family, the house of Eleazar, in prayer. I'll keep y'all in prayer. Brother Phineas in prayer as well. And look, if you have not liked, subscribe, and share, man, share the content, man. Well, Brother Phineas, Prince of Power, Israelites, and share the content, man. Bring It Out TV. Hey, man, share the contents, man. Machiavellian Revolt, share the content, man. Likes, subscribe, and share. So if there's nothing else, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Atham, Shalom.
Shalom.